All right, you guys, you are live. I don't even know how many of you know what this is right here. Do you know what this is, Scotty?
I don't even know.
Okay, this is the Sean Carter sneaker from the rapper Jay-Z. Jay-Z, the rapper, his first Reebok high top. I don't know if you guys know about that app for your cell phones and in the marketplace, but it's called StockX, and you can find out what sneakers like this are worth. And you guys should look up the original S. Carter release from Reebok and see how much this is worth, because I got a pair right here in mint condition, never worn, clean as a baby, just like this kid right here. And tonight we're live with Scotty and Jan the Man, and we are talking to young people about what they want out of life and where they're going right now and what life is like for them. And I think a lot of people out there don't really know what it's like to be 22. They don't know what it's like to be a father at 22. They don't know what it's like to be almost a husband at 22. This guy carries the weight for the family. He's out there doing his grind, doing his magic. And we're going to hear from him tonight and see what it's like to be him. And he's into a lot of the stuff I'm into. So we're into Forex together, correct? Yep. We're into money making together. I'm into sneakers. He's into other kind of culture. And we're going to find out what the 22-year-olds are into right now. So let's rock and roll. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Love you, big man. So tell us what it's like, and don't forget our audience there. Tell the audience what it's like to be a 22-year-old dad and what that's like. Let's go. What is it like?
It's a crazy life, I gotta say. It's, I'd say a struggle, but I'm sure everyone has a struggle in their life. But the world moves so fast, and being at 22, you're just at the cusp of it, and being able to kind of grab everything by the balls and run with it.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about my topic on the not enough money economy all the time? What do you think of that one? What's it like being 22 and having the bills and all that stuff flying?
It is the worst.
The worst?
Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah.
Inflation's running rampant, and being too young, needing all the experience you can with minimal time on your hands. It's crazy.
You told me about working. So Scott's an electrician, and he can do wiring and all that stuff. He's a ticketed man. And he came to me and he was like, Jan, I've applied at every single place. Hey?
Every single one.
And then because he's young and he's 22 and he's got minimal experience, what was the hiring process? Were you not the last man on the list?
Like I said, I applied everywhere, even
it's
to low-end jobs that are kind of a kick in the balls for me to take, but I even applied to them. Being overqualified for them, I think I'd at least get a phone call back, but just the way it is, there's too many people laid off, there's too many people, not enough work, and it's just crazy. But luckily I got a job, finally found a good company, running with them.
Good on that.
They're keeping me well.
That's another thing. A lot of you might think that because I'm an entrepreneur, and he'll attest to this, that I'm out there trying to get you to quit your job. And did I ever tell you to quit your job?
You actually told me to stay at it.
There you go. So don't ever think that Jan is giving people shitty quality advice and telling them to quit their job. I am telling Scott, keep the job and let's work on a side hustle, right?
Exactly.
And Scott was already working on a side hustle before he came to talk to me about it, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But that's the point is that he keeps working, and I want him to. And I tell all my friends, man, keep your jobs, keep working. If you like it and you're passionate about whatever it is you're doing, keep at it. So what's it like in the electrical business at 22? Like, is it thriving? Is it a little soft? Like, what's it like that you see?
The economy-wise is a little soft, a little fluffy. The overall workers and people in it, it's cutthroat. I mean, it's cliquey. It's high school all over, and I think that's with all the trades. It's cliquey. You got to fit in, but you strategically play your cards and stick to your character and kind of stay out of everything.
Yep.
You're kind of able to fly under the radar and stay with a good company.
Good.
And
good to know that.
That's what I've been doing.
That's good advice for those guys out there. See, stay out of the drama and just stay to work and get your work done, get your paycheck, and go home and enjoy your family and stuff like that, right? So
exactly.
I get that. Now, with work and everything that's going on in the industry, what do you think is going to be happening in the next 5 years? Do you see there a lot of work for you guys? Do you see it slowing down? Like, what are people saying?
I don't actually know what other people are saying, but my take on being a young entrepreneurial spirit, being in the trades long enough, different trades, and kind of being at the forefront of tech, I definitely feel like everything's kind of transitioning for electrical wise into
Yep.
controls, low voltage controls.
Yes, low voltage.
So being a controls electrician, a technician, kind of stuff like that, being able to program graphical interfaces for HVACs and stuff, and even there's buildings in Dubai that run off of 12 volts and less
Nice.
compared to our 120 here.
Yep.
So everything's transitioning to super techy, and
Some cars are coming out, BMW's coming out with 48 volt in the car. And cars are normally 12 volt, and they're coming out with 48 volt cars now too.
Well,
I heard there's a lot of crossover in electronics, electrical into mechanical too, because a lot of the cars are becoming all electrical.
yeah,
So there's
yeah.
a lot of need for people that understand electronics and electrical.
Yeah, electrical is kind of one of those trades that just kind of transitions into everything. I mean,
It does.
from troubleshooting to programming to being in the industrial space, working with big motors and stuff.
Yeah,
Everything runs off electricity, and everyone needs electricity. So
it's
from
awesome.
building a house to building a computer, you need
It is.
electrician.
We're all powered up by power right now. Like even Tesla and all these things we're doing, right? It's all electricity, and electronics is the movement. If you guys like some really crazy good stuff, you guys can listen to Cliff High. That's CLIF space High. He's on YouTube, and he talks about the Tesla man, not the car company, but the Tesla man that invented pretty much electricity, and he's an innovator of that. And just how we're living in the electric age right now and what we're pursuing and where we're going to nanotechnology and other things. So it's getting really cool. Scott is a young man, and you hear him talking about technology and different voltage. He's already looking at stuff that's cutting edge coming down the pipe right now, and a lot of you would never even know about that or even understand what that means inside your homes or your offices or in your cars or things like that. So even the car is 12 volts, it's moving to 48, like BMW's got them out now, and a lot of people didn't know that either. So it's exciting. I think his field of electric, anything, electronics, electrical, electrician, all the words there, I think all of that is the future, man. I really do, man. I just don't know what to say, but like, fuck, everything is electronic.
Yeah, I know.
Everything.
And it's insane. I actually just heard this the other day from a reputable podcast. They're saying that the rate of expansion on technology has reached exponential, where
Oh, yeah.
computers are building the next smartest computer and doubling their technical
Yes,
field.
they got the
every
computers
18 months.
building the computers now, ladies and gentlemen. They got computers building the circuitry and the coding to build the next chips. So the computers are building their own chips, you guys.
And it doubles every 18 months. So we're at this exponential growth curve for
Oh my God.
technology. So
Here we go,
next
ladies and
forefront
gentlemen.
space, and even NASA's conquering that.
Let's talk about tech a little bit. So I'm into bots a lot. I've got bots for Facebook. I've got bots for LinkedIn. We've got bots for Forex. We've got apps that run bots. We've got bots on top of bots. We got bots having sex with bots. We've got dolls now that talk to you for rent out there. We've got robots coming into our lives. Full blast, there's one behind me. The bots we're talking about live online and they're digital. Scott loves them. He's programmed a couple in his life. What do you think of the topic of AI bots and the bot segment? Do you think there's tremendous growth in that or what?
I think there's crazy potential in that. I mean, even as simple as driverless cars, the tech that's going into Teslas and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're even talking about having your cars drive around during the night while you aren't using them to
Wow.
make you money.
Amazing.
And that's run off AI.
Amazing.
And so it's not so much
Like my machines do with the Bitcoin. They just sit there all night making me money. By the way, if you guys want a computer that makes money on Bitcoin, let me know. We've got some. But keep going.
So yeah, it's the AI and machine learning. It's kind of hand in hand, and a lot of people get it confused. Where artificial intelligence is really just a complicated program.
It is.
And
It
machine
is.
learning is kind of this really weird, unique space where everyone talks about AI. They think it's actually machine learning, but that's not the case. But machine learning is where we get into that gray space of, are they going to take over us and stuff? And
I hope not.
There's a
I
lot
hope we
of-
do not have Terminator type life at all. I really don't. So has anyone seen the self-driving pizza delivery car from Domino's? Have you seen this yet?
yeah, I did.
And it's autonomous, and it just rolls up to the front of your house. You got to go outside to the car to get your pizza, but it's there fresh and hot in this special kind of oven back end on this Kia, and it's really neat, and it keeps everything hot back there, and it looks like Ford is teaming up with Domino's to make something as well. So Google Domino's driverless car, and you guys will see what we're talking about. Pretty neat stuff happening in the scene. So let's talk about money. So you guys know that I do cryptocurrency. You do cryptocurrency, and at least did before too. Let's rewind the tape for everybody that doesn't know our relationship here. And let's go to this part where you first heard about me or you first met me and what you thought of me and things like that. Tell them what you think of me and stuff like that.
So, I mean, I first heard of you and kind of knew about you from actually work. We have a mutual friend, Bosco. Gotta love Bosco.
Yeah, I love Bosco. Bosco, if you're watching us.
And he heard
By
I
the
was
way,
into Bitcoin.
I just want to pause you there, Scott. See, friends connecting friends, so important. I've got friends in every age group. Every age group, all the way up to seniors, I've got friends. And that's so important. I keep up with you guys, right? And I got friends telling friends to talk to me, and I've been giving a lot of help to a lot of people. So keep going. Bosco, thank you.
So yeah, Bosco heard I was into Bitcoin. I actually caught Bitcoin at a really fun time. It was November, right before the big bull run.
Oh, I remember those. It's 2017, eh?
2017. I bought Bitcoin at $8,000, about $400 worth, and watched my altcoins run up to $900 from like $100, and then.
Whoa, so you had $100 and it went up to $900, eh? That was, how old were you?
20.
20. So you're 20 years old, 19, 20, and he has $100 go to $900. Okay, pause again. What did that feel like?
It was ecstasy. But
yes.
Then, as we all know, the big crash, and I'm still holding on to those. But that made me double down into everything. That made me really open up my eyes into the markets, and not even just crypto, into everything.
Nice.
But
nice.
Getting back to how I met you, Bosco introduced me to you, kind of added you on Facebook.
Yep.
Talked a little bit.
Yep.
Then just me being a young guy, social anxiety, I didn't talk to you or really reach out to you for a while.
Yep.
Seen you at a few festivals.
It was Lilac Festival, I think.
Yeah.
Lilac Festival. He came by the Bitcoin trailer that we had down there. We had a booth set up, right?
Yep.
And you were very supportive again. Thanks for coming down. He's a very supportive young man, and I saw that in him. I'm like, hey, you're one of those young guys that gets it. You're one of those guys that's got the hustle. You know, you're gonna go somewhere someday. Keep in touch with me.
Then after that, it was again just social anxiety. I wanted to go out to the Bitcoin meetups, but just never.
I did 100 of them. Did you come to any?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God!
I did.
Oh my God!
I did.
Another one of my friends that never came. And you guys saw Tony here the other night. He never came too. He was like, Jan, I saw 1. I saw that you were on 3. I saw that you went to 9. And then all of a sudden you did 100. And I'm like, holy shit, I still haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of retired at 100, eh?
Yep.
I'm gonna do them again. I'm gonna come back like Jay-Z later, but for now we're just gonna quit for a bit, okay? Okay, so you didn't come to those, social anxiety, and then what? And then what are you seeing of me? How are you following me? What are you doing?
I was just seeing everything you were doing in crypto and Calgary, and how you're kind of at the forefront of business.
Yep.
I was in contact with you and Ross during the Crypto Culture magazine.
Yes.
You guys even kind of vetted me to write a few articles.
We still would, yeah, and I still have that blog somewhere, but we're not focusing on that, but yeah.
Yeah, and then I just kind of shifted paradigms into Forex and started
Forex
going
trading.
hard into that, and then I don't know, it was just kind of spur of the moment. I knew you were all into business, and I was kind of transitioning into the business space, and I just hit you up one day, wanted to pick your mind about kind of just some stuff, and just kind of get the ball rolling and developing relationships.
So why do you think that I'm some kind of a catalyst to you getting going? Like what is it about me that gives you the spark? Tell the people about that, because you told me later after you came to visit me, you felt so good and motivated that you went for it, and we've been working together ever since, right? Yeah. And Scott and I have our own project, but we've been working together ever since. And so what was it that was the spark?
Actually, it was you put this article on Facebook of kind of your life story, and I read it time and time again. I read it maybe 3 times, and it was the fact that you were just an entrepreneur from so young, and that you've had so many successes with businesses. And
it's true.
None
of my businesses have ever gone bankrupt, or we've ever done anything negative. Nothing. Zero. Always awesome. Always made money, made people happy. Yep.
And me coming from trades and wanting to kind of dive into
construction is some of the hardest work in the world. It's hardest people to work with in the world. Construction's tough.
They're kind of babies.
Yeah.
But I wanted to transition into business, and I was just kind of seeking some sort of mentorship kind of thing.
Yes.
Some kind of
I mentor this kid. I keep him accountable.
Some kind of
keep my foot on the gas.
some kind of person who's been in the space, had their ups and downs, and could point my head in the right direction.
Yes.
And yeah, that's what happened that night. We talked about a lot of stuff and kind of went over a lot of stuff. And you kind of tuned me up.
Good. You did good.
And we've been working together ever since.
You're doing good still. And you know, when I got to hear a little bit about your life story too, I realized you've had a struggle of a life. This guy is, you know, he's had to sleep in the backseat of his car for a night or two, just saying. And I have too. I had too. Okay, like I was there too. And I remember when I was 15, I had to sleep in the back of a car too. And I heard his story, and then it related to mine. And I thought, holy shit. You know, like we all have such a tough life, and we probably all have a suitcase full of stories, you know, of painful things that we've all gone through, from, you know, parents to you name it. And I realized that who cares what age we are? Who cares how successful or not or whatever? We're all human, and we should just relate and try to help one another, you know, and stuff like that. So Scotty really opened my mind to seeing, you know, that we're all so similar no matter what our age is, kind of thing. And I really like that about him too. And I liked his drive since day one. I saw that he had it. He has drive, and you can't buy drive. You can't just go down to the store and pick it up on the shelf, and you know, they don't have that.
You can synthesize it with caffeine and some entrepreneur spirit, but
caffeinated drive. Red Bull drives me, but no, he's got it inside his chest. He's got it inside here, you know, and I've got it too, right? I've got drive. So we match on that, and we're going places. Him and I are not stopping. Like, we've created some bots together. I'm obviously the marketing and the little bit of a, you know, strategist about it all. But this kid's been in the programming and more of the development with other people. And I've got a team of us now that are all working together and creating, you know, like I'll call it wealth. We're creating healthy wealth for each other and for one another, and we're really doing some really cool things together. And again, thanks for choosing me to be your mentor, and thanks for choosing me to help you. It's been a big deal to me too, and I tell you that I have a lot of friends not like you at all, but I have a lot of friends that I'm working with like you. Make sense? You're very unique, you're very special, and I really appreciate you, and I'm grateful again. And yes, I have lots of friends, but I'll say this, none of them are the same. Like, you're all such unique peeps, and I really admire you guys' individual stories and your wants. So here's the label of this was what young people want. So thank you for noticing me. Do you want to tell them anything else about me that you like or dislike or anything? And then I'm going to ask you a couple of hard questions now.
Let's
ready?
Just get into the hard stuff.
Okay, let's get into the hard stuff. So, first of all, priority, top level, big time. What do you want? Give me a list. Give me 1 or 5 things. What do you want right now? At 22 years, what do you want? You want world peace? Like, what is it?
I think in the micro perspective, I just want to be happy. Happiness. You again, you can't buy happiness. Joy. The macro, long-term, financial freedom.
Okay. Financial freedom and happiness.
If my boss is listening to this, I love my job.
See?
But no, I
respect.
I hate electrical.
Okay.
I hate the trades. I hate everything about it. I didn't listen to my gut when I was young. I wanted to go into computer science, stuff like that. But I listened to every Albertan,
everyone else,
and just went into the trades.
It's okay. It's still good though. You know that too, right? You have a job and all that.
I'm still young.
Hate is still a harsh word. I know he's coming off like that. He doesn't truly hate it at the core. He just hates the fact that he chose some other decision that he should have chosen another decision. You see, they hate the decisions they chose, and that's okay. You make mistakes, broski. It's okay. I think to be positive about it, you've learned so much in the trade you're in and so many things you've done already. Yeah. So truly, I think people can switch gears if they want to. You just have to get in the timing for that, right? You got to get in the right lane for that. The timing's got to be right, and then you can do things, right? Yeah. You can. You know that. You're not locked in, though, for life.
I'm 22.
Exactly.
You double my age, I'm still 44.
Exactly.
That's still hella young.
Hella young. Look at this guy. I love his attitude. Okay, so you want happiness, short term, all the time. And you want financial freedom long term. Okay, 2 awesome goals. Anything else you want? Do you want anything else for your son? Do you want anything else to happen as a family? Do you ever do the 4 quadrants of life where you have your occupation, your family, your recreation, and your motivation kind of thing, your goals and stuff? So your goals is long-term financial freedom. That's covered.
Yeah.
At work, what was the one for the short term? No, for family would be happiness. Would that include you, the wifey, the child, and everybody?
All of my immediate family, my closest friends that I consider blood, all of that.
Okay.
Then recreation, I would love to be able to I mean, even this kind of ties into occupation because I love playing between the two. I love my side hustles and I want to do that full time, but I also want to create some sort of foundations to help young people that kind of have similar stories. And I just want to, I have an innate ability to want to help. So
let's go over your fast story.
I want to position myself into that.
He is another young man just like me. I said the same stuff at his age. I swear to God, 22, and I wanted to help people. And I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know what the hell the software was, the program, the book, the binder, who it was, how much it cost, where we were doing it, what place, was there coffee there, did we have a phone? I have no idea. I was 22 and I wanted to help people. I'm similar to you, man. I'm similar to you. What was my question I just asked you a second ago? I'm trying to rewind. It's okay, where do you went past it? But
I got the mind of a dory.
It's okay. What is it that besides besides the happiness and besides the financial freedom, let's go over some of your past really quick of the gentle story of your story. Do you come from a family that taught you about how to do money? Were you wealthy? Did everyone school you on the funds? Did someone teach you to save? Any of that?
Well, I came from a very, I guess, fake middle class family.
Okay.
I was definitely lower middle class. My mom tried her best to cut every penny, cut every corner, and save every dime she had.
Okay.
My dad was the typical middle class man. He worked his ass off to provide an amazing life for us. But again, in doing that, I never seen him up until like 14.
Wow, so you never saw your father till 14, eh?
I did.
Barely, but barely though.
The relationship aspect wasn't
Gotcha.
there, and
he was just a dad you looked up to, and he was in and out kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, he was away from home so much that as a young child, I personally thought he didn't really like the family.
Wow.
Because he was away so much, and
what was he away doing? Working
his ass off.
Wow. Okay.
14, 16-hour days at
Killing
the factory.
out the factory. Yeah.
And,
so what did he do for an occupation?
Industrial electrician.
Industrial electrician. Okay.
So, same space I'm in.
Oh, so you kind of followed his footsteps and maybe weren't the happiest about that, hey?
No. The thing that got me is the theory behind electrical. I'm a very logical and technical kind of guy. I love the numbers. I love the programming. I love that. And I heard him talk shop with apprentices all the time, and that's what kind of made me go into that. And
okay. So your dad really worked hard for a wage all his life. Let's just get down to it. Did mom work for a wage?
She was a very, very humble stay-at-home mom.
Okay, stay-at-home mom. So dad was the only wage earner?
Yeah.
Brothers, sisters, or you?
It was me and my two brothers. And
so 3 kids?
3 kids.
Okay. Any animals?
1 dog.
1 dog. So 3 kids, 1 dog, 1 dad, 1 mom, and only 1 dad working. Okay? And I just want to show everyone something. Dad working, he's a cost himself. 1 mouth to feed. Then he's got wifey, 3 boys, and a dog. That's 6 beings that are all eating off of dad's income, 1 guy. Now that's stressful for any man out there. That's very stressful. And I don't know if you're a man out there that can relate, but I have been that guy before. And my dad was that too, just like yours. So when a man's in that position, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of depression's all circulating around those guys. And they're crumbling or they're out there making it. And it's a tough grind. And kudos to your old man for keeping shit together. Yeah. So you got 3 brothers, 3 boys in the house, plus Mama Bear. She's taking care of all y'all. You guys live in a middle-class family, so you get done high school, and then what next? Were you thinking of college? Did you save money? Did you have a job? When did you first got your first buck? Like, tell us about that.
I still laugh about this today. I wanted a job when I was 12.
Nice. You wanted a job at 12.
I used to look through the papers every week with my mom and asking her if I could do a paper route, and she's like, "No, you're too young. Too young." Go ask my dad. "No, you're too young. Here's an allowance."
Wow.
Allowance dwindled away, and I was like, "I want a job."
What were you spending money on at the time? Candy,
kid stuff, skateboards, anything.
Junk.
Just kid stuff.
Yeah, kid stuff.
And I wanted a job very young. And
cool. So what did you get for a job? What was your first job?
Electrical, actually.
Okay. So you worked a summer job or something?
Yeah, I was in...
Intern?
I was grade 10 going into 11. I got with the RAP program in Alberta here.
Okay.
And I worked through the summer. Banked $11,000.
$11,000 in the summer. How old were you?
16.
16, and he made $11,000 in the summer. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that pretty much fed me my whole grade 11 year.
Of course.
Me and my girlfriend.
Of course.
And then
you and your girlfriend, were you supporting her?
Oh no, I was just taking her out for lunch.
Okay, so you were just blessing her with all your love and extra money. She liked you then. Women are expensive sometimes. Okay, so grade 11, we make, no, grade 10? Grade 11.
Transitioning between.
Okay, so whatever, grade 10, 11, we make $11,000, then what's your next hit?
I went back into the rap program.
Okay.
I went back, did my apprenticeship again.
Well, yeah, hell's yeah, you make 11 grand, you're gonna go do it again.
Yeah, then...
What's your next year?
I think around the same, maybe
Around the same?
11,000.
Cool.
And
really good.
Came back into high school and didn't have that drive. I was like, I just made 11,000 back to back both summers.
Oh, you see, guys? So he made 11 grand in the summer, came back to school, and the drive for academics had waned. It had dripped really low. Bam. So the young guy makes money, and he was bummed out about the school life. You see, it wasn't that active. It wasn't making bacon, and it was, he should have went to homeschool at that point.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah. Then coming out of high school, went right into the workforce.
Okay.
I mean,
Did your grades suffer though? Be honest. Did you take a shitty attitude towards your grades?
Yeah.
Did you come out of high school with 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s?
I was doing great through grade 10 and 11. Then I kind of dabbled.
Because the work and the money got in your head. Let's be honest, right?
And
work,
then,
money got in the head.
Got in with the bad crowd. Did some stuff that I probably shouldn't have.
Okay.
And I was focusing on the stuff that I shouldn't have more than school.
Yep.
I wasn't attending and let my grades drop, but I passed.
Wow.
I got through it and I powered through it. And
proud of you. That's hard work.
I made amazing grades through the year
Good.
for what I did.
Good for you.
So,
proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Then right after high school, 2 days after, went right back into the workforce.
2 days later, he's already working. And you were what, a first year apprentice?
At that point, I was halfway through my first year because I did the 2 summers.
Yep.
And then...
you had the hours for that, eh?
6 months after I went back into the workforce, I went right back into school, came out as a second year, and that's kind of that area where Calgary economy just went to the crapper. And then I was laid off for a while.
Okay.
And bounced around different trades. I did everything from laboring for brick masons.
So you never had that $11,000 summer ever again, eh?
No, I was on my own after that.
Did you love that?
Oh, I loved it. And
you were good at being smart with money eventually because you had to save 11 grand and kind of use it all the way down, right? Till it got to nothing in a way?
Essentially, yeah.
Or did you just waste it like an idiot?
A little bit of both.
A
little bit of both.
Okay,
I wasted it like an idiot because I didn't have to pay rent.
Okay, good.
Then the next year, me and my girlfriend moved out, and then I had to pay some rent.
Okay, so you go through 2 summers of making dough. You finish high school. You go straight to work. So no university, no college, not needed.
Technical college.
Okay, a little bit there.
Stuff. I mean,
yeah, you went to college after for electrical. I get it. How many year apprentice are you now, or how many year are you now? 2 or 3?
I'm a 3rd-year apprentice.
3rd year, okay.
Been in the trades 5 years now.
Okay,
did various things and.
Cool. How many years till you get to your journeyman? 1 more?
Technically 2.
2
so
more.
I did 1 more round of school. I become a 4th year. Then I do another round. Then I'm a journeyman.
Okay, so 2 more rounds of school, and then he's a journeyman electrician. So he's close. He's got a little bit more to go, but this guy's probably going to do it over time. We'll see how he pairs out. So if you could quit your job today and do anything you want on earth, what would it be?
Trade.
Okay.
I love it.
He loves to trade online. This guy's a trading machine.
The
yeah, he loves the markets. He loves seeing the markets move. He loves taking advantage of the markets. So when did you become an investor? What age were you, and what motivated you?
I would have to say it. I have this memory, and I think about it all the time. I was maybe 6, and I would have my Nana read me this book on how to become rich.
Nice. What was the book called?
How to Become Rich.
Okay.
And it would just talk about you got to save money, this and that. And that was my first kind of exposure to that.
Yeah.
Then, I don't know, something got in my head at like 10 years old where it was like, if you take money in the Canadian dollar and put it into the Swiss franc and you let the Canadian dollar drop and the Swiss franc rise, you can make money off that. And I didn't know actually the thought process behind that till I came out of high school and dabbled in cryptocurrency, and then I came out and I was like, hey, there's this thing called Forex. And looking back at it, I'm like, that's exactly what I was thinking. And
yes.
Then ever since
we do Forex, by the way. Him and I do Forex, and we do cryptocurrency, and we do a hybrid blend, and we're very hybrid. We keep going. So that's when, and that was coming out of high school?
Yeah, I'd have to say that's 2015.
So you're in grade 12, you're doing electrical, you're doing schoolwork, and you're thinking about the Forex crypto marketplace. What is turning you on to that? Like what light is it ads on Google? Like what got you in? Was there a homie that showed you Bitcoin?
To be honest, I have no idea what kind of pinpointed I love the
Were you
markets.
playing video games and this was always an ad somewhere?
I can't pinpoint it. It's
The book at 6 from Grandma reading you how to get rich. I'm so impressed. That's like brownie points for me. Like I'm impressed with this kid. I knew he had drive. He's 6 years old and gets his grandma to read him how to get rich. How baller is that?
I'm not there yet, but I'm going to be.
Oh, you will, man. You're on your way. You're on
But
your way.
yeah, I don't know what it was. It was. I always looked up to Bill Gates. I heard about Warren Buffett and just the stock market and stuff like that. Wall Street.
Me too.
I was always fascinated by it, and like I said, I didn't know what the thought process was behind me thinking you could take $1,000 Canadian, put it in the Swiss franc over a year, and bring it back, and it'd be more money. But that I was essentially thinking of currency trading without knowing it was currency trading.
It's amazing, eh?
And that few years later, when I was an adult, I was like, hey, this is actually a thing.
Wow.
And
wow.
Yeah, now I've been doing it for
And so you were
3
impressed?
years.
You're like, I'm doing this forever now?
Yeah, I fell in love right away.
What was the first amount of money you put into the market? Was it $20, $200? What'd you fuck with?
$20.
$20, cool.
$20.
I always ask people that too, and it's not always on my videos, but I always wonder, what's the first amount of money they invest? What's the first amount that they're not skeptical about or they're gambling with or whatever the hell they tell themselves? But I always wonder, what was it, eh? So you roll in there, you put your $20 in, and you're like, I can do this.
Yeah.
This is cool. Was it an E-Trade account or what was it?
It was just a small little ECN account
Cool.
through a broker.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Some
yeah,
little account. Cool.
yeah, I just
And
put the
so
$20 in.
what year was that? 20?
That would have been 20.
Let me just move you back from the thing so you don't kick it too. That's all. Corner there.
That was 2017.
2017.
I kind of got into that with the crypto.
So your head has, the reason I asked is where your headspace has been. That's what I'm paying attention to. So your headspace has been into this money thing since then. So 2017, so 2018, 19, 20, like 3 years. You've been 3 years of like really dialed into watching money, watching Forex, watching crypto, and being present and inside it, right?
Yeah.
So you spoke earlier that you had some side hustles, okay?
Yeah.
The side hustle is obviously the marketplace, trading, investing, all that sort of stuff, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there. You have one side hustle, 2, 3, what do you do?
At this point, it's quite a few.
Okay.
I'm really.
Do you want to
focused
tell
on-
these guys or you want to keep it secret?
A few of them I'll keep a little secret, just
Okay,
because
keep it secret.
I haven't fully went into that.
Oh, no,
It's
that's why I put it out there. It's your-
on the
yeah.
back burner.
Yeah.
But right now, my full-time side hustle is Forex and trading and stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Bot development, programming. all
And I
that
will
good
say
stuff.
mine too. I will say that we both share that our side hustle that makes us the most money, the most friends happy, the most progress is our hybrid trading on the Forex market. And we have a few scenarios on how to do that. We've got that one, cash, whatever it's called, and we've got a few other ones, cash effects. But we have different ways that we're all participating in the marketplace right now with crypto, with Forex currency, and all that sort of stuff. And it's actually very safe. I would say it's probably the safest, most long-term safe bet right now. Some analysts are saying we've got about 6 years left of it. What do you think of that?
6 years left of what?
Of the foreign currency trade market that we're doing.
The market will always be there.
You think it won't run dry in 6 years because crypto will overtake it? That's the debate. That's the argument.
If crypto overtakes it, we're going to be trading.
We're happy
crypto
too.
then.
No, I know.
There's always going to be a market.
By the way,
to
how's
trade.
our bot coming for the crypto side of things? Any word?
It's still in development.
R&D?
R&D,
Okay.
but we'll get into that a little later.
Good,
I got
good.
some really good progress that I
Good.
need to update you on.
Good.
But yeah, I'd say with the state of the current economy around the world and everything like that, currency is obviously at a risk of being overtaken by cryptocurrency.
It is.
Regardless,
Is that its only competition in your mind? Or gold and silver, do they have a hope?
I think cryptocurrency really is the only competition to regular modern day
That's
currencies.
what I think too. I agree with you.
Unless there's this big movement to get currencies backed by something, even if that's backed by wheat. I don't know. There's been tulips as a currency. There's been stones as a currency in the world history. World runs off currency, and
It does.
if it's gold, that was a good way to make value behind a currency. That was, you needed work, progress, man hours on that, and that's where Bitcoin comes in. It's a
Yep.
digital gold.
It is.
And I mean, I hear it all the time in trades. There's a lot of skeptics saying it's
Digital gold right here. 22 years old and he said it. Digital gold.
It shares so many similar characteristics. You need to have the work in it, and that's the proof of work algorithm. It's scarce, but we know how scarce it is. There's only 21 million.
Correct.
How much gold there is. If there's an asteroid that comes down to Earth full of gold, that's going to inflate the gold price, and gold's going to be worthless.
Bullshit, I know.
So, but you can't do that with Bitcoin. You can't retrade.
How do they
Bitcoin.
even quantify gold? Let's all be honest right now. There's no way. That's why Bitcoin's so rich, so delicious, because it's quantifiable. It's real. It's the future, you guys. If you guys haven't got Bitcoin yet, Scott, you've done Bitcoin with me millions of times. I'm your broker, right?
Yep.
You can ask him. What was that one time? It was like 2 a.m. you needed Bitcoin or something, and you hit me up on the Facebook. Did I send that to you, or what happened? You were so happy.
That was a crazy time. That was probably 8 months ago. Very hung up on some stuff, and I had some friends in the States that were willing to help me. And I mean, it's actually crazy how untangible payment systems are between Canada and the States, even though we're such neighbors.
I know. It's
and
horrible.
I mentioned email transfer to them, and they're like, "Do you have Cash App?" And I'm like, "What's Cash App?" And they're like, "What's email transfer?" So then it was like, "Okay, well, what do we do? Do you want to do Western Canada or whatever that
Western
is?
Union.
Western Union." And I was like, "That's gonna take. I need that now." And they're
That's
like,
too much money too.
Bitcoin.
They charge a lot. Yeah.
And it was Bitcoin that saved the day for us.
See?
And 2 a.m. you were there for me.
Yep.
And
I was there for him at 2 a.m.
Yeah, that was a crazy.
That's friendly dedication right there, you guys.
That was a crazy night.
And since then, he's even sent me customers, and you should all send me customers. Send me your friends. Let me be their Bitcoin broker. Would you agree that that's probably the best first step, to have a broker like me for their first thing?
Yeah, it's...
Once you get going and you get good and intermediate, then you don't need me. But hey, at the beginning, wouldn't it be good advice?
It's definitely great advice to be able to have someone there that you could call, you can see.
Yep.
And they
Trust.
kind of break that barrier of this whole digital age of money and transfers and final settlement payment in an hour. I mean, I guarantee you, my paycheck that just came in from my company hasn't even finalized at the bank yet. And
of course not.
It won't finalize till my next paycheck that I get.
Yeah.
Where
so
if I got
mundane.
paid in Bitcoin, it would be on the books, the blockchain right away.
And it would have done the books too, because you wouldn't have to had some reconciliation later.
Yeah.
It's already done. It's handled. That's why the blockchain's so amazing. So you're 22, back to the age thing, just because.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen to money now? Where do you think it's going? What do you think when you're 32, when you're 42? When you're 42 years old, do you think you're still going to get paper checks? Do you think you're still going to be, paying with loonies at the store and stuff, or what? In 20 years from now, do you think you're going to have any paper loony check
really
bullshit?
Good question, because I mean,
how do you feel?
It's funny for me to be able to speak on this because I didn't live through that age. But
I know.
I read so much and know so much. And
have you ever had a paper check?
I have.
Rare though, right? Rare?
3 times out of my whole life.
There you go. He's 22. He's had 3. That's it. I've had hundreds, man. I wrote thousands. I wrote thousands of checks.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be where cryptocurrency is kind of like where credit cards and debit cards and stuff like that. The plastic.
Yes.
That was on the forefront, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's nothing."
Well, the plastic is going to go into the phone. You know that, right? The card is going in the phone, and it already is in the phone. I mean, Apple Pay and Android Pay, and all the fans of Chico. There he is. Some of you guys have been writing in and texting me, wanting to see this guy. Coco, where is she? See, Chico's here. That is a long-haired Chihuahua. That is a lion. Anyway, the plastic. So we have metal change, which we're eradicating the penny, and they don't even do that in America. When I go to America and I tell them that, they're like, "What a great idea!" Like no one wants a penny, right? And then so they eradicated the penny. We have a metal change, we have a paper money, we have a paper check, and we have cards now. We have credit cards. And then we have debit cards that are morphed with credit cards. And then we have tap in our phones, Apple Pay, Android Pay. We have tap with the cards, right?
Yeah.
I'm adding it all up here. I'm taking inventory of all this stuff. We have all of that in our wallet right now.
Yeah.
How many ways do we have to pay? Then we have PayPal in our phones.
Oh, God.
Then we've got e-transfers through Interac in our phones. Then we've got, other things with other banks and other ways.
On the state side, you got the Cash App.
And then he wants to send some money to his buddy in America, and he can't do jack. He has all of that I just mentioned in his phone and his wallet, and he can't do anything with that.
No.
Nada!
And the fees are astronomical if you even try to.
And to send his buddy Bitcoin, it cost him 17 cents, and it was there in minutes. And all of those things I just mentioned were absolutely worthless and pointless at his age and his moment that he needed money. And his financial transfer that had to happen that night at 2 a.m. was non-facilitated by all of those variables. So what kind of thinking is that? What kind of logic is that in our banking system? I think it's a ton of junk. It's a bunch of illogical, someone's got the next big idea thing, and none of it really is awesome. It's all a pile of shit, right? Have you ever gone to the bank to get a draft for more than 10 grand? Did you ever have to pay something really big once in your life?
I don't make that much.
Okay. I have. And I'll tell you, it is like pulling teeth from a camel to get that money because it is so tough. And we're live on Facebook, honey. Hi. Please turn that down. But it is so hard to get paid with all of those types of payment methods. People still get ripped off. People still get jacked. Let's talk about limits. Right now on e-transfers, which are Interac e-transfer for those watching, and we can email money inside Canada to one another, we have limits. So we're controlled again. It's our money, but we cannot send any more than $3,000 a day, okay? We cannot send any more than $10,000 a week in a 7-day period. And we cannot send any more than $20,000 in an entire month period.
I didn't even know that.
So you have $20,000 that you can send of your own money to people, maxed out in a 30-day period. You have $10,000 in a 7-day period, and you have $3,000 in a 1-day period. And that's with your own money, and that's the control they give us all across the country. Every human being gets the same kind of game. Now, in Bitcoin, do you have any limits?
No.
If you want to send more than 10 grand a week, can you?
Hell yeah.
If you want to send 50 grand in a week, can you?
Hell, double it to 100.
If you want to send me $1 million, if you had it right now, this minute, could you?
Let's buy a pizza for $1 million.
There you go, guys. There's the difference. Now, again, 2 guys. I'm double his age. I think the Bitcoin cryptocurrency is brilliant. What do you think?
I think it's ingenious.
There you go. And would we do money other ways? Hells no, hey?
No.
We do Bitcoin now. That's what we do together. So we don't even want other money. Do you want other money?
I mean, for Flash, but I'd rather have the numbers on the screen.
Me too. I'm with him. I'll have it in my wallet for some cash and Flash, but I definitely want the digital money, man.
Yeah.
Hey?
I want whatever's the current state. If that's
Bitcoin.
Fiat currency, that means nothing.
Yep.
But if it's Bitcoin, that's all the better to me.
So since you've learned about everything, the money, the currency, the markets, all that, what do you think of how we do money in general by your opinion? What do you think of how all this works? What's your quick take on that?
I think
Is
it's
it a joke to
absolutely
you?
broken.
There you go.
And I think it's absolutely broken. Currency means nothing. It's
Absolutely broken.
when you transact, let's say the US dollar as a world standard, it's pretty much all of the US dollar's debt that they owe to everyone, and you're transferring that to another country. You know, they can put sanctions on whatever bank,
Yep.
they can do whatever they want, and you know, Bitcoin comes along and everyone's threatened and everyone's trying to
Oh,
make
they're so threatened. That's what we saw for 2 years, all the threatenedness of it.
the JP Morgan coin, okay.
Fuck, I threatened people with Bitcoin. It was crazy for a couple of years there, man. People threatened me over Bitcoin. It was crazy for a couple of years. It was nuts.
Yeah, but I think
I'm so glad we're past that point now. That was a difficult couple of years.
I think currency's broken. It needs a reform, just like the educational system. And
does.
historically, people use whatever is the immediate and used by the masses. Whether that's gold coins, at one point it was platinum, at one point it was silver and bronze.
Yep.
And I mean, whatever has value at that time, given by the masses, is what's going to be the currency medium of exchange.
Do you feel gold in your mind? Do you feel silver right now? Do you feel value in any of that stuff technically as a person? Do you care?
As a
Is it,
tangible asset,
do you want a
yeah.
gold chain right now? Do you want some earrings and a watch? Do
No,
you
that's
care
not
about
me.
any of that? No?
That's not me.
But does that stuff mean anything to you even?
Yeah, in the old-fashioned traditional sense of holding value,
Okay.
yes, but
Can it relate to you in real
yeah,
life?
I mean,
Do you pay for gas with gold bars?
if it was before 1971, I could.
But you see what I mean, though?
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
kind of useless, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It's kind of an old school way.
How does
of
it
doing
touch
things.
you? How do you feel it? Where does it fly to?
Yeah.
I know. It's bullshit.
It doesn't even relate
It's
to the
bullshit,
modern-
you guys. There you go. So all you little excuse makers, and your mom said gold was the standard, and your buddy told you to buy silver, and all that other bullshit, it's bullshit. That's what it is. Get with the times. Get with the future. Don't even worry about that stuff. That stuff's going to be buried and thrown, into a pile somewhere, and no one's going to care about it eventually. It's going to be like old wood, It's
Yeah.
the same old stuff with everything else. Victoria, would you like to come up here and jump on for a minute? Well, I've got a couple questions for you if you don't mind when you're ready. I'd love it. Let's ask you another thing. What do you think of how expensive it is for young people to get started? It seems to me like there's always a huge fee to be young, like on car insurance and payments and credit cards and interest and loans. And it's like we all want the youth to grow and prosper, and it's like you're getting like taxed by the man the first day you show up. Does it feel like that?
It's exactly that. It's like
See?
they want you to be held on this pedestal but restricted by chains.
See?
You not even until you're 25 you can't even get a good deal on insurance.
Until 25. Now, how are your parents for doing support or not? Are you one of those kids that's on your own, or are you with some parent support? How you living?
I'm fully on my own.
Fully on his own.
I mean,
22
my mom's
with
my
a baby.
911 call, but
Yeah. Mom's 911.
even sometimes she has a tough time with life.
So
and
some of you kids out there that are supported by your parents till 25, even your whole bloody lives, look how lucky you are, man. Because it is tough
I
beans out
wish
there.
I was them.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I know it is.
Since me and my girlfriend were, 17, 18, we've been on our own, so.
Well, good for you guys. That's
It's
been
had
like
its ups and downs.
5 years-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's had its ups and downs.
5 years, from 17 to 22, this kid's been on his own. He's been grinding it out. Another reason I am proud of him, and I'm really impressed with the way he cuts through things, and you can hear his mindset right here. He's not on drugs. He's not on alcohol. He's not totally depressed right now. He's not full of anxiety. He's not spewing excuses. I don't even hear any excuses tonight.
No.
So just so you know, he's a nice, everyday Canadian boy doing his best. He's a little son. How old's your son?
About to turn 17 months. Just
17
about a
months.
year and a half.
I love when they're little. We count them by the months, eh?
I know.
It's so neat. It's
I
like
almost
little
want to count
cubs.
them by the days.
Little cubs, eh? And the girlfriend, how old is she?
She's a year younger, so she's
21.
21.
21. Okay, good. So young family, young people doing their best out here. It's like that Bon Jovi song. I always think of that one there. Anyway, the old
Too old
schoolers
for
like,
me.
no, I know. See, he doesn't even know. He doesn't even know who Bon Jovi is. Okay, music right now. Who do you listen to?
Oh, jeez.
Anybody stand out?
To be honest, I've kind of took a break from music.
Okay, so just
Right.
radio while you're at work kind of bullshit?
Yeah. Oh, God, I hate country.
Okay,
Oh, my God.
so no country, just rock? You into rock,
No,
dance,
I'm
rap?
fully into rap.
Okay, he likes rap.
I really love the old backpack style rap like that.
Yep.
It kind of went away during that 2012
It did.
transition into the mumble rap and trap music, but
The trap music's all about it now. So okay, past rap, what do you like for recreation? Do you play guitar? Do you play drums? Do you go hiking? What's your thing? Do you have a sport? Baseball? What are you into?
I'm really into just adventuring.
Okay.
We try and get out anytime we can to explore, even
Good.
if that's driving
I
in
love
the streets in
exploring.
the
Yep.
city,
Yeah.
or if that's going to Cochrane to explore.
When Pokemon came out, did you go exploring?
No,
Okay.
no, I couldn't get onto that.
Victoria, what was that thing you used to do where you had those little things where they had the notes inside? What was that called?
Oh,
Did you ever do that? What was it?
a gem something? Or?
Where you went around, they were on the bottom of a tree somewhere, you had to find that little note? Geocaching.
That is. Oh,
Geocaching.
my
My daughter did that. She's really good at that too. Yeah. Did you do geocaching?
I stumbled on one day, and I thought I just got into this CIA thing.
Oh.
I found this little box on this pole, and I opened
Yeah.
it up. It has a flash drive. It has all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get killed. For
Oh,
this.
that's awesome. Come on and say hi to Scott.
Hi.
Grab a chair. Pull that one over. Hop in. My daughter's going to join us. She's 16, and her video today is what young people want. She's going to get right up in the middle here and join us. But we're just talking about cool stuff. You can raise that up a little bit too. So music-wise, you like hip-hop. You like exploring. You didn't really have a sport. You're not a sport kid.
I love skating.
Skating?
Skateboarding.
Okay, skateboarding.
Hockey, but I mean, juggling family life and all the other stuff that I'm trying to build.
It's tough.
It's tough to juggle.
Are you going to teach your kid some of the stuff that you did?
Yeah, I'm already teaching him skateboarding. We took him to his first hockey game yesterday.
Good.
So he loved it. Calgary
Awesome.
Hitmen. He was like, oh.
Yeah.
He's
He's such a cute boy too. I love it. I love it. So how do you like being a young dad at 22?
I wouldn't change it for anything.
You had him around 20, right?
Yeah.
That must have been sweaty balls. You must have been going crazy.
Yeah, I'm going gray. I am going gray. But
You're going gray at 22. Oh my God. I'm losing hair at 22. Yeah. No, that's okay. That's okay. So Victoria's here. She's 16. Tell us. I remember that day she phoned me, and the bank had taken out the bank fees out of her account, and she hadn't realized this yet. You know how the bank has got their hand in her back pocket, in her wallet, technically. Tell everyone how you felt that day when that happened.
I don't know. I wasn't really upset. I just genuinely did not know that they could do that. So when it was like negative $7, I was like, oh, okay, then like,
Yeah.
what's going on here? But
And then you went to the bank. You changed your account, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah. And why? Because you didn't want them taking your money.
yeah.
See? So you didn't feel good about those guys.
Because I didn't know I had a limited amount of transactions, and then
See?
after that you have to pay for transactions.
Yeah.
So
So how do you feel about banking? And the other day, she's working at the restaurant. She works at a little high-end Italian restaurant here. And she got her paycheck. She put that in the bank. And then she went to take it out. And what happened then?
like half of it was held until like a week later.
So how does
I got
that
half the money?
how does that do with your life when you get half your money?
Well, then I really have to budget it because I just don't have it all at once, and I had to.
And how does that make you feel initially? Keyword feeling here.
I wasn't even that mad. I just didn't like again. I
Don't
just
you
didn't
feel
know.
disappointed?
Not entirely, no.
No? You don't feel controlled by that factor?
Maybe if I made a lot of money, then I would. But when it's like $90.
Well, no, here's the thing. If it was $2,000, you would have held half too, kind of thing. Whatever it is, you're going to hold your money. But if you need your rent, your mortgage, your car payment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
How do you feel about being young? Do you feel like they're taking advantage of you out here yet? Do you feel like people want something from you that you can't pay, or you feel like the cost is high for you?
Not really. I wouldn't say so. Like my bank, I think I pay like $3 a month for like unlimited transactions because I'm a student.
Okay, that's good.
So it's
So you're
really
running
not
the
that
student
bad.
thing?
Yeah.
How's the prices at school on stuff? Are school prices high or low?
I feel like school's kind of expensive. Like lunches are expensive.
What does it cost to have lunch at high school right now?
$6 per meal.
Okay.
Jeez.
That sounds cheap to us now. It sounds cheap to me,
But
I'm a
it's
dad,
like
right?
$6 times 5 is already $35 in a week.
See, there you go, 30.
Times 4 weeks though.
Yeah,
30.
yeah, you got
Anyway,
it.
Point is,
Yeah,
so it's pretty expensive.
it is expensive. It is expensive. And then $6 is the food. Then there's a drink too, right?
I usually don't buy drinks, but drinks are like the water's like $1, everything else is like $2.
Okay. And so, what are your biggest expenses at school right now? Just food every day?
Yeah.
Do they charge you for things, tickets or anything?
Well, there's parking pass, but a parking pass is $50 for the whole year, so it's not that bad.
Okay.
That's a pretty good deal actually.
And you received paper checks for your job just now, right? So your first job, you actually got a real check on paper, right? I know that. He's only had 3 in his life.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about money? Do you think we're going to move away from the paper, the bills, and all that? Do you see it moving away?
Yeah.
Are you an Apple payer? Do you use your phone?
I
How
really-
often do you use your phone versus other stuff?
The only time I don't use my phone is when I can.
So it's 100% try.
Yeah.
So she tries to use her Apple Pay 100% of the time, you guys. You see that? She's 16. She doesn't want to pay with cash, any loonies or toonies or any of that stuff. She wants to just, boom, tap her phone. So keep that in mind. Hi, Wanda. She's saying hi to you.
I can't read.
It's okay, you don't have to. I can see it. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk more. We're talking about money. We're talking about jobs. So you're 16. You got your first job at the restaurant. How do you feel now? Do you feel like it's a good deal? Do you feel like it's great working every weekend? Do you feel like, like it could be better? Do you see yourself quitting school and work every day? Like, just how do you feel? What do you think of it all?
I wish I could work a bit more actually,
Okay.
but I wouldn't say that. Like I like working Friday and Saturday. It's like
Okay.
winter, so there's not really much happening anyways.
Yeah.
So
But you like
holidays-
those 2 nights and you like the action of a restaurant?
Yeah.
I know you were saying that to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, you like people, you like the buzz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that it's busy. I feel like it'd be boring to sit in like a empty place probably for like 8 hours or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. No, good. I'm happy that you like the buzz. What else do you like about the job? People?
I like that I can make whatever drink I want. Like
Oh.
today I made myself a like peppermint tea latte, which is actually really good.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Like you can just like I can make whatever I want to drink, which I like.
Good.
If I worked at a clothing store, obviously I would not be able to do that.
No, I know.
So.
Not as many advantages at a store at all. That's why I was trying to teach her that retail is probably not the best job for a new worker, right? Go into hospitality, you can learn a lot from a restaurant and the people's skills, everything, eh? A lot of things go off in a restaurant, a lot more variables. Back to you and your costs and things like that. You realize that you're a cost, you realize how things are working. What do you do to increase your costs, reduce your costs? You budget, what do you do right now?
Yeah, I budget. I try to save.
Okay. So do you have one account, two accounts?
I have a savings and a checking account.
Okay, and how do you do it? What's your ratio? What's your strategy?
Well, usually I can only take money out of my savings account once a month.
Okay.
So I try not to take anything out of there if I don't have to.
Yeah.
And then I usually just spend my checking account.
Okay.
And try to put, if I have like money left over at the end of the month or something, like for a paycheck, then I'll just put like $50 in my savings account.
Okay, good. I'm happy to hear that. So you take a little bit of the change at the end of the month and you put that in your savings. Do you have a savings strategy? Not really?
Buying anything for my kid that he needs. I don't
Not
make
right
enough
now?
to save.
It's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I don't make enough to save, so.
No, everyone's different. That's what I'm wondering. So I get it. So I'll teach you a little bit more on how to save though, even when you think you don't make enough, but we'll save that for another time later. But yeah, I'm glad you're saving. I'm glad you're trying. I'm trying to. You should all try to save, that's for sure. I would like to see that from everybody. I hope you're all saving your money out there as best as you can. So 16, what else? What else have you noticed about the big world so far? Anything else you want to highlight?
Not really. I don't feel like I wouldn't say I've had any struggles or anything yet. Nothing like that.
Okay, good. And what kind of parents do you have? Supportive ones or non-supportive?
Supportive.
Are you just saying that because I'm here? Are you lying for the camera right now?
No.
Okay, good. No, but seriously, you have supportive parents? And he didn't have very supportive parents in that sense, so how do you feel? Do you feel grateful?
Yes.
Earlier, he's like, I would trade for her position right now, kind of thing. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it is a struggle out here, and I think all of you should be taking note. If you're a parent, help your kids, and if you can, obviously. And if you're not, then and you can't help them, then teach them things to help themselves. Teach a man to fish, and he can feed himself every day. And I've taught Scotty some things. I've taught Victoria some things. I've taught a lot of people a lot of things, and I plan to teach all of you even more things. And some people come to me and want handouts and help and stuff like that, and I don't mind, but I'd rather teach them how to make money and how to invest and things like that. So you've been an investor since you're 14 years old, and you're 16 now. What has it been like watching your money move around in the markets and even recently pay you a dividend and actually make some income with your money? What has it been like watching that and transpiring?
Well, I don't feel like I've really made much money. I get like, I think my savings account was like point zero.
Hold on. Which account now? You're talking
My
about Bank of
savings
Montreal?
account,
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about you as a crypto investor.
Well, I
And you're
haven't
doing
made
like
any
crypto.
money from my
But you are. You're making dividends now in the wallet. Right? You check it often? Check it right now.
I have not checked the money.
You're an investor and you're supposed to check your investments. So we're asking you live right now what it's like being an investor, and you're basically telling us, I'm lazy. I have a lazy care for it. Okay, so 549 right there. How much have you made? 549 shares you've got back so far. You've made $296 US.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. She's made $296 US. She's got how many shares? 549 shares in the company right there. 16. Proud of you, honey.
More than me.
There you go. More than him. There you go. So, get aggressive. Turn it up. Let's go, Chief.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's flip this into high gear on you investing and smashing through barriers, okay?
Okay.
Make money, make money.
Yep.
Do you know how?
Yes.
How?
Investing.
Nice. Look at this. She's learning. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Go change from your work clothes now. Okay, Scotty, let's get in here. Let's wrap this up. We heard from my daughter. We heard from Scotty. We heard from me. You guys are out there. You're listening. Thanks for tuning in on a Saturday night. I know some of you love what we're doing here. I want to show you some young people tonight. I want you to hear it from the horse's mouth, basically, of what it's like and some of their interests, what's cooking, how they're doing it. What I hear right now is it's still fun to be young. Thank God. Let's keep it that way. What I also hear is it's exciting times, right? We're growing. What I hear from the young, though, is both of them don't really hold a tremendous amount of value to money like I do and like some of you do. Just saying that. And they don't know that yet, but they know that because they live it. So it's interesting. It's interesting, even between Scott and me, there's over 20 years of a divide there, but such a shift in mentality occurs over the real control and the fingertips on the money stuff, you know? Like, it's a really interesting thing, man. And I see more of that waning. I see more of the young having less of a precedence on financial like that. And so we got to teach them how to be more secure with it, how to take it seriously, and what to do with it, and where to put it, and how to use it, how to work it to your advantage, right? And I'll teach you some stuff. I can teach you guys how to use credit to your advantage. I have this program called OPM Wealth, Other People's Money Wealth, right? But it's not people's money, it's the bank's money that we're using, and we're creating wealth with that, okay? I just want you to know that. So I've got all these different ways and strategies of taking people's money and helping them turn it into a profitable investment, income producing situation, right? Yeah. And it's not my money, it's your money, and I want to help you do something with it. And I think that's really important. I've taught my daughter a bunch of stuff, and she's, still 16. She's kind of, dabbling and paying attention to it. We saw that today. What do you expect, right? But at the end of the day, she's got it, and she's got it right here. So at 16, it may not be the biggest deal to her, who cares? But when she's 26, oh my God, she'll be like 10 years from now thinking smarter, right? You know how this evolves. And then she'll be 36, and she'll be thanking Daddy for getting her to be an investor since she was 14, right? And when she took it lax in the beginning, she's taken it seriously later in life. And what could you ask for, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I wish my dad showed me how to be an investor when I was 14. I really do, and maybe you do too. But I wish for that. And I grew up the unsupportive kind, like you. You and I are very similar. My dad was an electrician too. My stepdad was an electrician like yours. You're his real dad. But I slept in a car, so did you. I was the kid that was unsupported. I was the kid that lived with my girlfriend when I was 21. I was that kid, just like Scott. And then there's my daughter. She's the next generation, and she's the one that's supported and has, all the answers basically given to her, And me and Scotty got no answers. We had to go hunt and dig and forge. And his son is going to have all the answers. And I'm going to be his Uncle Jan and make sure, right? Like, I'm going to make sure Uncle Jan lets the little guy know, But, man, it's tough out here. And take care of the young ones. Take care of the kids. Mentor them. Support them. Remember, you were young too. And do something really nice for the young ones once in a while, you guys. Because I think a lot of you parents are hard on your kids. You just throw them up in the bedroom, in the closet, and just let them stew over nothing. And that's not a way to live, man. Embrace them and take them to work with you. Show them what you're doing. Show them your bank accounts. Show them your credit cards. Show them your investments. Show them why. Show them how you're doing it. Show them what you're up to. Show your kids your money, your cards, your transparency, and it will help them. It will take them to a whole nother level in life. And don't be so stingy.
Me being a young person, I wish my parents did that.
There you go. I'm doing that.
Even though they weren't the investing type, but I wish they had that very young like you did with your daughter.
There you go. So. Thank you. Thank you for noticing that, and I appreciate that. And that's why I did that for my daughter. So I've shown her the bank accounts. I've opened all of the family financials on a spreadsheet, and she has a copy, actually. My daughter has a copy of the entire family assets and everything. She knows everything. Yeah. And I have a copy of hers. She has her own assets too now. And she's only 16, and she's got assets. So you guys can do this. Yeah, what else? Anything else you want to say? We're going to wrap it up.
No.
We're good?
I'm good.
Thanks for being out here today.